Alright then. Welcome back everybody. I need to double check something if I didn't make a fucking oopsie. So let me just get that right on the thing and then see if it actually did happen. Just give me a sec. So I'm gonna be putting this. I'm gonna go to the preview of the live thing and see if that actually turns out to be true. So no further ado. Excuses about this. Nothing, right? Nothing, right? Yeah. Alright. That means that everything is now fine and solved, I believe. Yep, it is. Alright, nice. So, where was I? I was busy saying welcome. Today, we're now finally done with the goddamn 2 roads. And what I'm going to be aiming now to do is actually getting towards the place where I need to be at, which is then the grass bit, which needs to be drawn in. So we had now the crossroads done. So technically we have now 2 crossroads done. I'm going to make sure that these things are into a group, just in case. And now we're going to be aiming to get towards the grass effect, which is over here. So as you can see, that is the grass effect 1. Technically this is fucking hell. God damn it. Technically this needs to be above this, I believe. Yeah, that needs to be above this. So now we can also see that we don't want this bit here. We don't want to have any grass in that general direction. So let me just remove the grass where I don't want it to be and add grass where I want it to be. So, like here. So we're going to remove this bit right here. And we're going to add a little bit of a nice little thing there. Alright. So now that should work. This one needs to be cut. Otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Alright. Boop. Alright, now we have that done. We're gonna add some bits here and there. We're gonna be adding a little bit of grass so that I have like a remembrance like what I need to do here. So I'm gonna be putting this like here, like just a tiny bit. We're not gonna be doing too much here, but it's just a little bit of a reminder where I want to be with this. So you can see that there are some issues here, which are indeed an issue, but those issues will be solved shortly. It's just a tiny little bit of an issue that I want. Means that I also need this to be above the line work. Oh, fuck. This needs to be off the line work. Yes, alright. Now we have done that. We actually have now what we want. The only downside of course, all of it is that I need to add things here and there that can fix this bit. So you have all these line works that all need to be done. But yeah, so this is the idea of how I want it to be. Then the question is like, do I want to keep it like that? Or do I want to get first the background in and then get the rest up and running as well? I think the grass is going to be like this, but it's going to be a little bit more better up organized. So first things first, we're going to be adding back in the transparent background. Oh, no, not that one. Where's the stupid thing? This one? No. Where are they? Yeah, no. Oh, for fuck's sake. I moved that in here. No, I don't want it to be in there. Alright, where is then the thing that I need? There it is. It just needs to be above that. And now we have the main idea already there. So now we have this. Now the question is like, if I add in the grass, and I add in the grass harsh, would that fix things? Yes, it does. Alright, so we're going to keep the grass like that. That is for sure. So now we're going to make sure that this is properly done. I believe all I need to do here is actually add some grass here, then add some line work on the sideline, and then get towards where I want to be with this. But I want to do this. I want to do the side line work not on the same layer, I think, because then I can actually add stuff in there as well. So let's first focus on this and then get ourselves towards the next step of it all, which means we need to add in grass. And yes, this grass will look terrible because, you know, there is nothing on it yet. And that's why I'm aiming now first to get the front part done, and then I can add then later down the line the other stuff in there as well. There we go. Nice. There we go, and we can now move onwards. Alright, now we have that. We have now actually the thing that I want. That means I need to save this just in case, and then afterwards we can push forwards towards to where I want to be with this all. The main idea here is that I'm aiming to get towards the well, benches as well. So we're gonna keep this on hold for now, and oh, I see that I made a mistake here. Let's fix that bit first. Because the main problem with this grass is that I need to make sure that I first fill in the rest of the areas, and then I can move with the grass in such a way that I can actually, you know, put everything in place. So we're going to keep it there, and we're going to be adding in that stupid thing. Alright, so first things first, we want that tree, for instance. We want that tree there. If we want to create that tree, well, we're going to make a group for it. The idea here is that I need to remove that and add that in there. And we're going to be adding in that tree. So first things first, we're going to be adding in the grass. Because, well, you know, it is necessary that we create the grass. And then once we're done with the grass, we add more. That's the whole idea of it. So we're going to add in a tree. So we're going to first add some grass, and then we're going to add in a tree. Which means we need to cut down on this one, and we need to cut down on the buildings as well. No, yes. Mainly because it is a little bit difficult to see. I could technically do this, so yeah. Alright, now we're going to create a tree. So we're going to create a tree from here. And we're going to casually move that downwards. There you go. And I'm thinking, you know, a little bit more tree-like is always good. So I'm going to make sure that is in there. Then we're going to make sure that this thing has, like, you know, nice little bits of branches that, you know, are in there. So that's the first bit. And then we need to add a detail in there. Like, do I want to add like, you know, trunk effect to it actually? Maybe not. I could technically do that, like, you know, add like little gaps in there here and there, but I think this is already good enough for now. Then we're gonna make sure that yeah, those two are gonna be merged together. And we're gonna add in a nice little tree effect. And that is then this one, right? Or this. Yeah, I think this. First add in the tree, then add the rest in. The leaves are actually, you know, the one thing that you don't want to add. You want to actually add that in later. So if I go for that, it means that I now need to add in things like the tree parts. Or the leaf parts at least. So let's do that. Nope. So now let's see if I can get this right. Nice. Yeah, I think this one needs to be a little more higher. There we go. And now we have, you know, a working tree kind of leaf system, which is good. And then you can see like, alright, we can even extend it a little bit, make it a little bit less big. Is that better? No. I think this bit is bad. So let's try that again. There you go. Easy. Now we've done that, now we're gonna add in grass. So we're gonna add in the green again. And this time we're gonna be adding in the leaf effect of the green. So we're gonna go for leaf green, which is, I believe this is technically leaf green. And you can see, yes, there are some issues here because, well, you know, we have nothing here. So we need to first do that. Make sure that the lines are adding up. Alright, then we're going to go back to the green. And then the hardest part is going to come around, which is then the texturing. But yes, the lines are merely there to fix the bits where I need to be fixing it. So here. Because technically these lines are just there to represent the lines that I need to draw. And then once that is done, things will be very easy afterwards. So right now we have a very basic as garbage tree. You know, it's a very basic tree. It is not great. It's not good, but it is a tree nonetheless. You know, it's a tree standing in the fucking park, but it still requires some things here and there that I need to have on it to make it good. Of course, that is gonna be a difficult choice, but first things first, make sure that you have the tree. After that, you add in the lighter and darker coloring, and then after that, you add in the texture, and after that, it should be fine. It should be good. Alright, then we're gonna go for a darker color. That line work though. I'm not entirely happy with it, but Let's see if we can actually remove it. There you go. This is gonna be difficult, but alright, so we want this bit, we want that bit. There we go, now we actually have ourselves the first bit done. Now we need to add a lighter color to it as well, and then after that we need to then focus on the rest. That is way too sharp. Yep, that will do. Alright, now we have that done. That means that I need to make sure that I have this bit a little bit more shaded up. This is so difficult to do. I need something. Yeah, I need a line. Now things are making much more sense. As stated before. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to do these things properly. There we go. Alright, and then after that we need also an even darker color. But first let's fix this bit up. Now we need to grab this color, and then we need to grab a darker color. And that should then be enough to give me all the stuff I need for this. Do I want that, or do I want to keep it to with 3 colors? I think 3 colors is better. Although I need to add some more stuff to this. Alright, that means that we're now gonna go for a texture. I don't know what kind of texture yet, but I need to get a texture here up and running. So. Nice. And then we're adding in a lighter color effect as well. Like here, maybe. Nice. Yes. All right. That is good. So I'm gonna make sure that that is indeed corrected. So we need that one. All right. Good. Now what have we done? That we now can actually go back to the tree pot. And 30 minutes in. All right. Cool. That's doable. Let's see. Now we need to add that tree in there. So we're gonna be adding in the tree coloring as well. With that said, I need to make sure that I have those line works done proper. So let me just grab those lines, those, and that one. Alright, then I need to make sure that I have this one. Deleting this bit. And this bit. And then of course making sure that we don't overextend to where we want to be. After all, once we add in the once we add the rest in there, it should be, very certain what is going to happen here. All right. Now we've done that, we can now continue with this, but first save so that we have the tree so that we have the tree saved itself. Then we're gonna be aiming to get this one, and we're gonna be adding in first a lighter color. But we want to make this look like a fucking tree, so... There we go. And then we're adding in a lighter color, which we're then going to be using to create that spark on that side. Nice! Alright, we have made ourselves a fucking tree. Congratulations. Thank you. Alright, now we need to have that, we have this. We have the grass, which needs to be colored in, but first we also need to add some more stuff to it as well. But we could already actually add some grass effect in there. So we're going to be going back to the grass part. Add a nice color to it. Oh. So this bit I can already make. So that is what I'm aiming for. So we're gonna make sure that we have that drawn in properly. So we're gonna make sure that this bit, is drawn in properly. Luckily I already know what that way. Let's erase this bit, erase that bit. And now we actually have ourselves the first bit layered up for that size. So technically we have here grass on the top part. And we're going to be schedually upping the place where we're going to be aiming for it. Boom, baby. Grass. Alright, so we have now done that tree. Yes. Okay, so now we have done that tree. We're going to make this into another group. And we're going to make sure that we're now going to create that bench that I want to create. Again, same thing. group 1, group 2, and then of course add more stuff to it. So first things first, add that bench. This bench is going to be perspective wise, so so even if we add a bench, we want to add that bench a little bit further, right? All right, let's try this again. This is difficult. Close, so. So what is the problem? Let's see. There. Finally found it. Alright, again. There we go. All right. Now we've done that part. Now we need to make sure that this looks nice. Yes, and then of course add in. Oh. Nice. Okay, now we have done that. We can now add in the texture that I want to add. So let me just see if I can get this right. First we're gonna go for metal, which should be the same as this because that, well, this more. Yeah. Alright. Bloody hell. That one, that one. Then we're gonna aim for the wood. So if we go for that. Yep, that will work. Now I need to just make sure that this is a little bit lighter on the end instead of that pure dark. There you go. Then we're gonna add in a lighter color as well. Alright, and then we're gonna go here and deal with this. Then after that, we need to add some nice things to it as well. I think blue would actually work well. I think blue would perfectly work well here. Nice, and then I only need to add grass in there as well, but I will do that later. Alright, so we actually did now already add the tree in there. And now we need to add in the grass in there with the bench, and then, you know, we're almost there anyway. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed for now. My hand is absolutely tingling from doing the detail work, but yeah. I hope you've enjoyed for now, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, I want to wish you a lovely day, and yeah, this was fun, and bye!